So, we've been to the pump track this morning. It's the start of the day. We are quite early, actually. Oh, no, we're not. It's 11:30. I thought it was earlier than that. So we've been at the pump track since 8 o'clock. We've been back and we've done a little bit of trying to section off stuff and put them in to where it needs to be. So today, it's all about decorating for Halloween. I always love this time of year, and I love decorating outside. So, let's see how it all goes. Now, obviously, remembering social distancing rules, we're not going to have any trick-or-treaters this year, but we still want to put the decorations out because I've got a 6-year-old and I still want him to experience Halloween, but also I want to bring joy to people because it is an absolute miserable time in the middle of this pandemic. You can hear somebody sounding like a pig or duck, and it's Dolly because she's just eaten some pear. Hello, dolls. That's a bit of a mess everywhere because we are getting stuff out. So I've got Christmas decorations over there. I've got parts of skeleton's legs there. We're making hot chocolate over here, and it's an absolute tip because he's been crushing some stuff up. So yeah, it's a bit of a mess around the house. I've got washes going on. No, put it down. Put it down. Don't do that, sweetheart. Oh, hang on, that's my arm being dragged because he's hyper. I've got washes going on over there. And do you want to have a look at a house getting ready for Halloween? Look at the state, and it doesn't stop there. If you come upstairs, you can see we've just got everything down out of the loft, and it looks an absolute state everywhere. And this is what our house looks like. No, there's our trick-or-treat sweets. You can't have those yet, and we're just about to turn our house into a Halloween grotto. Outside looks a mess. There's stuff everywhere, bales of hay. Gary's got his ladders, car seat on there. There's stuff everywhere on here. It's a mess. So I love spider's webs, and I wanted to cover my whole house in a spider's web this year, but we were a bit short on time because we started a little bit later on this Saturday and we wanted to get it done before it went dark, and because it was a Saturday night we also wanted to sit down and try and watch a movie. Although I never do, I always fall asleep. I never ever watch a full thing. So first of all, we started on the tree while Frankie Jack did the front door, and I always buy the jumbo bags of the spider's webs, so you'll see them around. There's only a couple of stores that do them. B&M were definitely the one last year, and I think Home Bargains are doing it. They do have them on Amazon, but they're a little bit more expensive. So they normally come in at roughly around about £2.50, £2.99. Put them away for next year. I had a couple of bags from last year for this year, and then I think I bought 2 more from, I think it might have been Home Bargains this year. So I've got the big spider crawling up the tree, little babies crawling after its mom, and then I've got the skeleton dog that always grabs hold of the little spider's leg as if it's grabbing hold of it before it gets to its mom. Bit gruesome, but that's what Halloween is all about. You'll notice the bales of hay. I'm going to do new decoration with that this year as well, so I'm looking forward to seeing that. Just found out we've got a leg missing off one of the skeletons. So we're going to have to try and attach it and then attach its leg afterwards. We tried everything, but Gary in the end ended up screwing it on. Can you see it? He's trying to mess with a skeleton's leg, so he ended up screwing it in with a screw and the drill in the end, and it's worked a treat. We can't remember it breaking, but it must have broken when it was in the up in the loft this year. So here we go with the 2 bales of hay. Now I saw something very similar to this on Pinterest. I've done it slightly different, taking a slight different twist on it, but you know, it's kind of different, it's a similar theme. So I've got 2 skeletons, which you've already seen that I bought from Home Bargains this year, and I found these lights last year when I was sorting out the Christmas decorations, because I've had orange lights in my hallway when it was a different colour. So these are gonna resemble a fire, and we're gonna get some firewood as if they're sat round a campfire, and we really had to quite stake in these skeletons into the bales of hay, because of course they're not going to sit up and just stay in place, and of course you've got all the wind and the elements that are going to hit it as well. The dogs are on their leads. I'll leave a link in the description below. We got these stakes to go into the ground for when we go camping, and so this stops them from running around, but the only thing is the little devils were getting all all twisted in them, and they were loving it. You can see Dolly, they were loving being outside. Bungle's a little bit timid, but they did like being outside with us while we were doing all this. So we staked them in with like huge tent pegs and smaller tent pegs, and Frankie Jack got some stones to try and weigh them down as well. And then I went upstairs to try and get a couple of hats for them out of Frankie Jack's winter box, which I've just brought down because I'm doing a switch over from summer to winter clothing. So you're going to see the hats that I fix in just a moment's time. But it looked really cool when it's finished. I'm so excited for you to see it finished. Also as well, there we go. So I put a bobble hat. I do want a scarf, so I need to go and pick one up from Poundland, and I want to put some wire in it so it looks like it's blown in the wind. The other one had a flat cap on. So I've made the skeleton a cigarette. That's it, a white kid's crayon, and I've marked it and then taken all the white off, and then I've just stuck red paint on the ends. Now it looks like a cigarette. This also wouldn't stay in his mouth, so I had to get some special Gorilla super glue to super glue that in. So I'm just wondering whether it'll come off. Gary doesn't think it's going to dry properly because it's out in the cold, but let's see. Then I got on with putting the spiders' webs all over the house, although as I sit recording this a couple of days later, the wind has really blown it off this year. It's been quite windy, so I'm a little bit disappointed. You really do have to sort of rub it on with your hands to the brickwork for it to be able to stick, but I wanted to kind of wrap the whole thing in a spider's webs this year because I wanted to put quite a few of the spiders running up the walls. Anyway, if it's going to work, it's going to work. If it's not, I'm not fretting about it this year. We're not having the party, unfortunately, because of the pandemic, and although you might look at this and think, well, you know, I'm basically, you know, pulling the trick-or-treaters my way. I'm hoping that parents will have sense not to send the children out trick-or-treating or not to go out with them. We're not certainly doing that with Frankie Jack. We're not having the party this year, and we're actually going to laminate. Gary's actually doing it today. He's laminating a sign to go on the front door that basically says in a nutshell, please don't knock. We're not having trick-or-treaters this year. Enjoy the decorations, and we're really looking forward to seeing you this time next year, because we love seeing the kids, and it's one of Frankie Jack's most favourite times of year, handing out those sweets. But of course it's not good this time this year. So what we're hoping to do, we're going to have a little party at home for Frankie Jack, Gary and I, just the three of us, and we're going to put some food on, and I'm going to get some little trick-or-treat sweets for him and make his favourite food. And I've got like this little ball of a skeleton's head or an eyeball, I think I showed it you, of pasta parcel. So we're going to do that at home and maybe watch a movie, but we don't want any trick-or-treaters, and we just want to bring smiles to people's faces in the middle of a pandemic. I didn't want to not do anything. We decorated for Easter this year, even though we didn't have a party. We decorated for VE Day, and we're still going to decorate for Christmas. So I still want people to be able to drive around with the kids, to be able to walk around with the dogs, and be able to bring smiles to people's faces, although we don't want anybody knocking, and we're hoping that people are going to use their common sense and not send their children out trick-or-treating. So this is the spider's webs, but like I said, as I stand here now recording this, I'm just looking at them and they're blowing all over the place, so they don't look as good, but it did look good when it was finished, as you're going to be able to see it in just a moment once I've finished this. Gary also did some glue vine. I know that's not Halloween, but my favourite drink this time of year, and of course the Christmas markets aren't on, so we had a glue vine as well, and a bratwurst sausage, and we did really enjoy the day. And as you can see, Frankie Jack's getting all caught up in all the web. So we've now finished the outside, so you can have a look at it, and I'll turn around and show you exactly what we've done, because my roots need doing, don't they? Feel absolutely shattered, and I'm ready to go to bed. It's Saturday night and we should really be enjoying. Frankie Jack's done a lot of it today, so let's have a look. It is Halloween in our house this year, so I've still gone for the tree because I love this tree. So we've got to get the electrician around as well, because he does, excuse the ladders there, Gary's just putting them back in the garage. So basically it needs illuminating, so everything gets illuminated that's outside, but all our lights are in the back. They need taking out and bringing up front, but I'm thinking about buying a new set for outside. So we've got all this covered in cobwebs, and then we've got the big spider. We've got the big spider and the little spiders running up, and the dog's got hold of one. I think you see that every year with the gravestones. We've got more gravestones to go in there that I bought from Poundland this year, but the grass needs to be a little bit softer to put them in. So we normally have a cauldron here, but that's in another secure place instead of being in our garage, so we need to go and pick that up. But this is, so I've covered the front with cobwebs. I'd like to go up further up, but I've got tired now and I've had enough, so I put the spider on the front and a few little spiders as well. The front door I've done nice and easy this year, and Frankie Jack's been doing it, as you've been seeing. So this is my new decoration. So I saw something very similar on Pinterest. So Gary went and picked 2 bales of hay up today. I've got orange lights. These were what I used to use for Christmas up the stairs. I wanted to put them out last year underneath the cauldron, and I couldn't find them. So when we did Christmas, I actually brought them out and saved them for Halloween this year. Gary's gone to pick up some twigs to make a bonfire, and I've picked these up. These are what I picked up from Home Bargains, I think. So we've staked them in to not move. Frankie Jack's done this one. He's opened his mouth, turned him, hand as if he's scared of the spider. This one's got a spider on his lap, he's got a bird, and I've just told you how I did the cigarette, and he's got a flat cap on. I want this one to have a scarf with some wire, and so it's flying out the back, but I'll try and do that a little bit later on. And then we've put the skeleton bones down here. We've covered it a little bit with cobweb, and then of course we've got the spider down there. Frankie Jackson is skeleton outfit from last year, which we dug out from the boxes we brought but down. This is our dead and breakfast sign. We normally, if you remember, have that piece of black material around the bottom, but we can't find it, but we will eventually find it. He's sat on the top of it, and then the front door, which I'll just quickly go and close. I've done a little bit in here, but I don't, and the boxes are still out for Halloween, for what we've done, and Gary and I have had a glue vine while we've been decorating today. So I'll just close the door. Frankie Jack's put the bride with the pumpkin head on the door. He's also done the spider's webs around, and I've gone for my skull on here, and then the spiders everywhere. I don't think I'll hand the candles this year because it's a lot of faff and we're not having the party, but we're going to do something inside. The glam up there, I've covered it with cobwebs, and we've put the big skull there, but that'll go there when we're in over the weekends, and the big Dracula will go there. Or I think it's is it the headless horseman or something, and he's got the pumpkin. Oh, look at him, scary. And then we've got some more pumpkins that sit this side. So, and then obviously we've got the cauldron that will go here. But that is it for today for us decorating, and I just wanted to show you sort of the final piece of this one finished. So there you go. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to give you a thumbs up, and don't forget to press that like button. We would love to have your company as well, to be part of our YouTube family. So thank you very much for watching. That is the part of Halloween that we've done for today. I love you lots as always, and I'll see you later. Bye.